What's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in. Before I get started, man, I would like to invite y'all to hit the subscribe button. If you support what I do. If not, appreciate you tuning in anyway. So it forced me to ask the question, man. Is Jason Tatum overrated? At least he's a good in the season player. But when it comes to playoff, he always has his moment of choking. I'm going to say this now. That's Jaylen Brown team. So they go as far as Jaylen Brown take them with the proper production from Jason Tatum. Now, a lot of people are big on him, especially some of the friends that I know. They love him some Jason Tatum, but I don't see the dog in him. I see when he try, and usually when he start trying, it's too late. This man is good, a regular season player, but every time it comes to the playoff, this man choke. He missed layups. This dude missed free throws. He missed shots, which is all part of the game. But when it comes to them being in a moment to where they really, really need the score, Jason Tatum is nowhere to be found. What Jason Tatum new game plan need to be is to get a ball at Jaylen Brown or Kristaps Porzingis and get out the way, because this man choked too much. And I think that we need to stop calling him a superstar. He's the star. He's not a superstar. Superstars, well, I can't say that because LeBron James is considered a superstar, and this dude stay missing the game winners, and he stay not being clutch. But Jason Tatum basically got outshined by Tyler HERRO. Tyler HERRO put on a very good, I want to say, heroic performance. And it made him, in my book, it put a lot more light on him. He played how a superstar is supposed to play, even though Tyler HERRO is not a superstar. Caliber, according to the statistics, he's not that type of player. But when you put on a performance and make the threes that you made tonight, like Tyler HERRO did, I think he may have broke a record. You need players like that. You need to take the ball out of Jason Tatum's hand, because he continues to fail the Miami Heat. I don't understand what's going on. This dude is just like, I don't know. He's just like one of the overrated players. Like, I think he's good, but when it comes to playoff, man, I damn near feel better benching him, putting somebody else in there, because this dude, not only would he throw turnovers, but this dude missed free throws. I mean, and then he's scared to take a shot. And if he take the shot, basically, he's afraid to take it. So I think Jaylen Brown, man, he's doing it all by himself. Right now, he's doing it by himself. I still think that the Celtics is going to get past the Miami Heat, especially that Jimmy Butler is not playing. But I want to say this, man. When you get somebody like Jason Tatum, I feel like that he's good, but it's going to take the role players to get them over the hump. If they don't do it, it's not going to be done. And I just want to know from y'all, do y'all feel like Jason Tatum is the goods, or do y'all feel like he's overrated? I'm gonna be flat out honest with y'all. I feel like by the standards of a superstar, he's definitely overrated. To get outshined by this man, number 14, Tyler HERRO, man, it's just a crazy thing to say. And Jaylen Brown had about 30, he had about 32, 34, something like that. And he played his heart out. And the thing is, I remember when the Boston Celtics went to the finals, NBA finals, and played versus the Warriors. Jaylen Brown did everything that he was supposed to do. Jaylen Brown did everything that he was supposed to do, and still didn't get no help from Jason Tatum. I don't know what they want I don't know, like, what else they can do. They allowed the Boston Celtics to foul the mess out of Miami the whole duration. The referee was calling some crazy calls. In fact, there were so many turnovers that was thrown, and the referee ended up giving it to Boston. So they can't say that the officials wasn't doing their job, because they were doing exactly what they were supposed to do. They were calling all the fouls. Any 50-50 call um went directly to Boston Celtics. So they can't say, oh, well, they cheated us. Nah, that's definitely not the case. I just think what's happening is the Miami right now, they playing on heart. They playing, the way that they supposed to. And in the process, I think that the referee was put in a hard place. You couldn't call too many calls, because then when you look at the stat sheet, like the Lakers, and you see that this team got way more fouls, but this Miami team is being just as aggressive and not getting the calls, then what do you want? What do you want people to think? You're gonna have them think that, man, they cheating for the Boston Celtics. Now, like I said, Boston will win this series. They will. But if they had Jimmy Butler going back to Miami, then you probably in trouble. But since they don't have him, I'm not going to say that Tyler HERRO is going to have another stellar game like that, where he's shooting a whole bunch of 3-point shots and making them. I can't put that much pressure on them. But one thing I can say is that at least moving forward, if they don't win another game, it'll be a gentleman's sweep. But they played their heart out. And then Adebayo, that's a good good person to play through. You can see that he know how to read the floor fairly well. But far as the coaching, this is also where the experience of coaching plays a major role. Because if you look at what Eric Spoelstra is doing, right? He's really coaching his team. But then you got the rookie coach for the Celtics, like, he's not doing the best rotations. And I'm gonna tell you, Jason Tatum is so much of a non-clutch player that he was upset when they took him out. The coach took him out, but that was the best move that you can actually make in the process, was to take Jason Tatum out, because he was messing up the whole flow and the dynamic of the game. He played a lot of ISO ball instead of moving and just like picking your spots. Instead of moving, cutting, and picking your spots, instead he tried to back you down from the free throw line. How was that going to work? And if they got a good coach that know how to make the adjustments, they will make sure that that he would never do that again. Hey, look, man, if you go post them, go to the post area and do what you're supposed to do. Don't just try to back them down, all the way from the free throw line, because you seen that they played off their man and they dared the Celtics to shoot the three. Now, Jaylen Brown, I don't know why the ball wasn't in his hand more. See, are we losing the IQ of the game? Because it feels like that to me. It feels like a lot of these players no longer have IQ for the game. If you got Jaylen Brown that has 32 or 34 points, if you see that he's hot, that man hit 3 threes in a row and then shot the fourth and as a heat check. If you got somebody that's hot, that can back a player down, why wouldn't y'all get him the ball? Why wouldn't you keep the ball in his hand? Why would you keep giving it to Jason Tatum? It don't make sense. And it kind of just like I mentioned the other day, like LeBron James, instead of continuing to feed AD, they took the ball out of AD hand, and then LeBron James tried to get his stats, and in the process they end up losing. This was the same thing. If y'all really wanted to win, all you had to do was continue to feed Jaylen Brown and let him take y'all home to victory. and play defense. But that wasn't what was going on. What was going on was you had a lot of ISO ball going on, and they paid for it. The Celtics in trouble. If this is how they play moving forward, they're in trouble. Because you can't beat a team that's at full strength like this, playing just like this. Now the defense was okay, but that wasn't enough. You gotta make the adjustments. And for what I've seen from the coach, he did the same scheme the whole duration of the game. Instead of making the adjustments, telling, hey, Jason Tatum, don't try to back him down from the 3-point line. I mean, from the free throw line, man, go to the post. Set the pick, spot up, whatever. Just don't keep doing the same thing. But, I digress, man. I thank y'all for tuning in, man. If y'all new, definitely hit the subscribe button. But Jason Tatum, to me, is an overrated player. And in the process, the Celtics end up losing to the Miami Heat. And Miami, they did a really good job. And I want to say this too. This before I go, I want to say this. This already is an indication that for those who made the excuse for LeBron James, this is y'all indication that Eric Spoelstra is a really good coach. See, people always tried to say people like Eric Spoelstra. He said Jason Tatum is not overrated. I mean, okay, I'll give you that, right? Let's say I'll give you that. But why do he underperform? Yeah, the Heat was just hitting their shots tonight. But if Jason Tatum if he don't perform in the playoff time, why wouldn't it be okay for me to give him an overrated status? And that's basically what I'm saying. I think he's a hell of a player in the regular season, but in the playoff, the person that shows up is Jaylen Brown. He never shows up. A lot of times, Jason Tatum, he just don't. Like the dude fade in a moment of pressure. So, I thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, man, if y'all new, definitely hit the subscribe button. That's all I got on this guy, man, Jason Tatum. He got outperformed by Tyler HERRO, which is the guy who hit a lot of his shots. And like I said, HERRO is not going to he's not going to hit all his shots like he did tonight, but he showed me that he got what it takes as far as the heart aspect. So, I think that they need to switch hearts, because if you give Jason Tatum Tyler's HERRO heart, then I think that Jason Tatum would be an unstoppable basketball player. But for the most part, man, this young dude, man, he's been choking and he hasn't been performing in the playoffs from the time they went to the NBA Finals up until now. I think he kind of shrink for the moment. But hey, man, y'all hit the subscribe button if y'all like this content. If not, maybe the next one y'all might like. Just trying to build this channel for the kids and for the people that like different sports like basketball and boxing.